And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Humankind. I'm going to go ahead and end this turn. We're going to continue playing out the Contemporary Era. I suspect this is going to take the entire stream to wage the Contemporary Era at this rate. As we begin the sort of final dash to victory. Let's try to get these guys back to friendly territory so they can heal up. And if we have the money, we do want to upgrade these into submarines. They'll be much more effective as submarines than surface boats. Oh yeah, I can upgrade them all. Not concealed because the end of their empire is detected, that's fine. They are stealthing, so we can give them a moment and get stealthed. Okay, now that we've got the upgraded transport boats, these guys are able to stay at sea. So I can potentially maneuver to a much different landing zone for these guys. Maybe make them run up there. Let's see about that. Go and give some of our cities bunkers. Or in this case, a uranium mine and then a bunker. More science. Apparently I'm running a little bit of a cash deficit. And that helped a little bit. Okay, that puts us back in the positive. So take us back into the negative again. That'll be fine. Who needs to make money? I say as knowing I'm a person who probably does need to make some money. The occasional unit upgrade's useful. That's the turn.
I just think of you as one of those characters that enjoys collecting things. Stamps, coins, resources, power.
Stamps, coins, resources, power! 150 fame acquired. Still a little bit behind, the winner. Is that a competitive deed where, because we did it first, it precludes them from getting it? I think so. Smorgasbord, yeah. Okay. Here we got another uranium mine. And of course, you'll want some bunkers of your own. And we got the ongoing fight here. This is very much a situation where the enemy is actually on the attack, and they're just not pushing their attack. That's what's making it so easy for us to sort of appease the AI here. Playing, so we're waiting for them to. Apparently, they're moving some guys out in the fog, probably. There we go. So that's back to us. And that's the turn. Naval air strategy. So this gives us the next round of warships, battleships, aircraft carriers, and destroyers. Which at some point will probably be worth building. You know, probably could do with some more money before we build more warships. Might be a good idea to, you know, actually be able to afford my warships. On the topic of money, that probably means that this district, as much as it would be fun to grab more science or more industry, I think it needs more money. That one could probably actually do with a little bit more food. Although, this is the way we should get the food, yeah. Fertilizer plant, grain silo, blood irrigation. Okay, they put another stealth unit on that hex, so we're going to shoot up the stealth unit with stealth units. Oh, they've actually got a unit back here by the looks of it. It's not enough to reveal the unit, okay. Although I can send that cog to lump, so we will. Okay, that's that combat round. What I think I will do is we'll put one of the fighters on... patrol, I mean. So we can get the reconnaissance report from them. And then the rest we'd probably do bombing if we knew there was targets in range. Oh, the strategic bombers have slightly longer range. Yeah, no visible targets. we'll do the same over here. We'll have one of the fighter planes do air patrol, so we can see if they start coming in.
"15 market quarters? Who knew there was such fortune in begging, borrowing, and stealing?"
Global pollution reached polluted, which apparently scored me 50 fame. I'm famous for things you don't really want to be famous about. Okay. Thanks, game. The pollution mechanic is, by default, mostly turned off in the game these days. But apparently it's not that turned off. Interesting it's... Oh, because of turbulent waves. Okay. Difference. And it's not something that's very easy to see. Well, to be fair, our harbor's vaguely productive here, so let's get a harbor. Grab that harbor. Science is camped out. Money's camped out, so industry. Combat. Prowler has lined itself up to get destroyed. And yeah, they keep just throwing enough troops in here that the battle is perpetual, effectively, is what's happening. Keep reinforcing the battle, but not actually attacking the primary objective, so they can't win the battle. That's that turn, that battle. Nuclear fission is the next coming up. Okay, so we're making more money. Do I feel like I'm making enough money to build more fleet? Probably yes, let's say, but not this city. We'd like this city to continue growing. So let's go ahead and grab another marketplace. What I probably do is I probably want the city to grab it. It probably means the city needs to build a port. It doesn't have a naval deployment location already. Oh, it has a harbor. Okay, so that one we'll be able to deploy when it comes. So that's going to be the one that wants to build the air, land, and sea fleet, let's say. Because it's got a bunch of population to turn into units. Battle underway. Should be the last turn of this battle, and then it'll be the first turn of the next battle, probably. All they gotta do is come out of the fortifications to win. Oh, they brought the cogs in. That wasn't necessarily a smart move for them. Although as long as they stay down there, they'll be pretty safe. And the battle goes on and on and on. Eventually they'll run out of troops. Or I'll bring in better troops. One of the two. So 52 bays, +3, +3, +1, +1. Yeah, pretty scary. All things considered, our guys here. They're just well outnumbered. Firing from stealth. That's that turn. It's reminding me that the other majors are in fact dead. Yeah. Did I need that? No. Did it do it anyway? Yes. Start doing the proverbial come and get us. Otherwise they're going to take your territory. Again, we probably still want this district to grow. We probably still want more money, so you're going to go another market district. And then you're the one who's going to build the fleet, because you're getting comfortably close to full population. So for the fleet, we're probably going to want an aircraft carrier. Put some planes in the fleet. We're going to a couple battleships to escort the aircraft carrier. And then we'll do like 4 destroyers to finish out the flotilla. So that's going to take a while to build. It's apparently predicting 20 turns to build. Which is fine. We're not in a rush to make use of that. And then it's going to want planes, although we could probably swing down and like rebase planes to it or something. Picked up an Agrarian Star. Picked up nuclear fission. So uranium isotopes for the old uranium deposits are now providing resources. Nuclear doctrine gives us access to nuclear weapon civics. The nuclear plant reduces our pollution, increases our industry per uranium, also reduces the pollution on the maker's quarters, yeah. And now we can upgrade those torpedo boat or submarines to nuclear submarines. Although we don't have the money for that right now. Because they're going to be 7,400 per submarine. Nuclear weapons. The nuclear specter. Scientists have combined the deepest depths of reality, or have combed the deepest depths of reality in their quest for knowledge, have discovered weapons of terrifying power. As a society, it must now be clear how they will be deployed. Nuclear disarmament or nuclear proliferation. Oh, okay, I see how this is. So, I can either disarm the nukes, not pick many units, but I get 10% bonus fame for the rest of the game. Or I can develop the nukes, which I think is a series of tests that each give us fame. And would make our combat units better. I think the question here comes down to, do I think 10% bonus on the rest of the fame for the rest of the game is stronger than the fame I'm going to get from developing the bomb? And I think it is. I'm going to go with the disarmament here.
You have
Just going to make our units a
wonder
little bit weaker.
if the ability to commit mass suicide is really in our long-term interest.
We're going to refrain from using the bombs on our foe here. I hopefully don't need them. And I think the nuclear tests are only going to be like 150 fame, so I think the 10% bonus is stronger. Hopefully it'll be stronger.
Speak fast, leave faster.
No, we're not done fighting you. I have yet but begun to truly fight, apparently. And I have successfully ransacked one of the territories. Wasn't that the, oh no, there's the nut. I don't know what I just burnt down, but I burnt down something. There's the main plaza for the... Wait, no, I thought this was the expand. Did I not hit the zone center? Trying to figure out where the admin center was. I thought that was the admin center I just burnt down. Apparently it wasn't. There's the admin center. Go burn the admin center down. That's what I thought I was burning down. City for everyone. Karma is now vast and teeming with life, but the builders of yore designed it with countless steep steps, narrow doorways, high curbs. As such, it cannot be said to be accommodating to some as it is to others. The architects have drawn up plans for a grand act of modernization, a redesign that would bring about accessibility, ease, and safety to many souls as possible. At significant cost, they await your decision. Nah, we go with the full modernization. I can throw money at that problem. Science investing, yes. And of course, this fight still goes on. We did, because we did take the non-proliferation, or the non-nuclear bomb route, slightly weaker units, which is showing up, I think, a little bit in the damage there. It's minus one strength relative to where we were before. Some of those ancient medieval prowlers. Yeah, there's the partisans. That's actually vaguely modern. That's at least equivalent to what they're fighting, although what we're fighting them with is still better because it's the culture unique version of it. Next tech unlocked. Power lines. So now aluminum provides a bunch of bonuses. And we can do hydroelectric dams. We got ourselves an aircraft carrier there. And you have successfully burnt down the admin district. Now plant a flag to claim it for us. Oh, you have your ready-made plane. Wouldn't do that. $19 from the nuclear power plant, sure. You've got nuclear, and you can do hydroelectric. +3 industry on the river, bunch of pollution down. Nice. And I think you can do a hydroelectric, because you've got rivers, yeah. Back to the fight. They still haven't aired up, so they're still running as the Russians. It'd be very thematic if they air it up into the Soviets at this point, but they're not going to, I suspect. I suspect they'll pick something completely random. Partisan. Apparently a partisan that was in one of the previous fights, which isn't super surprising. Fight's over and the fight begins again. Yeah, our guys do between like 120 damage right now. They do more if we had that point or two of strength back, because we're down to 59. Let's see if we can try to move some of the policies around to try to get some combat strength. Turn. Policy-wise, what I'm talking about, right, is if we can go... Let's see if we can find an example. If we can move towards homeland on the geopolitical, we get more combat strength on a unit. So we gotta find if there's any examples where we can do that. Anti-imperialism. Okay, imperialist, that would work.
I suppose that once you have put your boots on their territory, you might as well leave it on their necks.
Stability district versus... Yeah, we'll probably do stability district, but that's not helping us with what we're thinking about right now. Ownership. That's just influence. Press freedom. Doesn't help with what we're trying to do. If we wanted to eradicate cultures, which this would destabilize us too much. That's a no. Probably mostly spread my influence, but well, again, that's got the risk of destabilizing us. Okay. And then we probably... Well, slaves wouldn't move us enough, right, to get us closer. So that must be Artark into monarchy. That doesn't apply to us. That doesn't apply to us. We didn't unlock all the free trade theory technologies, so that doesn't apply to us. Okay. So yeah. Got as buffed as we can without changing up, redoing some of the policies we already got going for the moment. Still managed to pick the +1, so not completely worthless. Of course, the administrative center is in the combat zone. Okay. So all the other cities to, all the other locations to attack, I think, are either in the combat zone or... Oh, I burnt down a barret, not an administrative center. Okay, that administrative center is exposed. So I can either go for Kossos or go for the admin center. Submarines attack. We can do hydroelectric dam into nuclear plant. Anyway, this fight's still ongoing. Yeah, feels a little bit better with the damage now. That was just +1 strength. Because we're willing to risk some of the destabilizing choices. I'm probably going to get an extra +1. Start up that siege. They likely have reinforcements, so this is probably going to become a perpetual battle. Yeah, they're immediately sallying forth because they think they're going to win. And they're probably not wrong if they abandon the fortifications and reveal... And we accidentally reveal ourselves because of that. Okay, in the meantime, let's do the other battle. So they're probably going to redeploy someone to that square. Yeah, as predicted. Submarines have found you. Cannot hide from the submarine fleet. Although apparently they can hide from you. 2 meters away! And they're like,
Speak
can we have
quickly
peace?
before I
And I'm
call
like,
the dogs.
I'm not taking anything off of you, so no.
I fight.
And you've got a lot of buildings to move through. Hydroelectric dam. Factory. Nuclear power plant. Build the bunker. In this fight. It's now our turn in this fight, okay. Again, for them to technically win the fight, they just gotta go take that flag. Just gotta step outside the fortress, they can win the fight. Are they gonna do that? The answer's no. Okay, that's the turn for that fight. Next one will be computing. soon as we can make use of the elephants, let's get them to sea. If we can sort of escort them to ground here, we can go burn the admin center down for this territory, and then we can take the territory. This fight goes on. They do have a full garrison of conscripts, so we probably don't have enough firepower to destroy the conscripts. As long as the conscripts sit behind the city walls. Okay, now it's that turn. So we pop over to the other battle, where again the good old Austro-Hungarian agents are having a field day taking pot shots at things.
"30 market quarters? I'm guessing that your next project will be building enough vaults to store all the loot."
Because now we don't need to do destroyers, I can do multi-mission destroyers. And the escorts, which is probably an improvement. Social housing next, which is the stability building and high density habitation. So we're really looking for job slots. Social housing is nice. Supercomputer lab. That's 100 science. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Same thing here. 96 here. Our side is technically the weaker side, but, you know, they have to come detect us to do anything about us. Risking these guys detected. Although we're getting closer to parity here, so that might be less of a problem. Oh, they went and actually put themselves on the flag, it looks like. Also take the retake the flag, or they technically win. You have someone they're gonna put on the flag, or is that their combat for them? That looks like it's combat for them. Okay. Put you there to get the flag back so we don't lose. Although I think we're gonna lose the guy who took the flag back. There. That's the turn. I think I'm taking the flag again. Well, it doesn't mean they're ungarrisoned. They're a lot easier to deal with. Flag back, so we're not in a rush. So they've got someone somewhere, obviously. Otherwise they would have already surrendered. Question is, where? Not on about end of that battle for the turn. Back to this one. Yeah, we are coming close on the end of this one for the turn. Although they might just start it back up again. Start the battle right back up again. Okay. I think the tide is slowly swinging in our favor, for no other reason than we're not really losing anyone. storms. There they go, putting someone back on that hex. Okay, that's the fight for the turn. Cycle the turn. Okay, that's that one. No luck on actually finding the enemy you're fighting here. Here, somewhere. Ah, they're boats. That explains why they haven't actually physically joined the fight yet. Because they can't. But to put it in no uncertain terms. Although, assuming that's what's left, then we're gonna quite easily win this fight. Using their own walls against them. Okay, skip your turn. Gonna come back to us one more time, they only got one guy left. It goes run off of the corner. Of course it does. Kill confirm, please. There we go. Technically a draw, although I would argue that is a win for us. Yeah, it is a win for us. It gave us the territory, which is definitely win territory. Occupy the city. So now, if we accept their surrender, we get to ask for the territory. We actually have some war score.
The air management and cooling systems alone are a wonder that could not have existed a few decades ago.
Okay. Yeah, the social housing is going to complete. Next turn, advancing our tech a little bit more. We're up to, got a science star, bring us at 18.2 thousand. We need to get another 800 to win.
Enough with the idle chat. What is it?
I'm sorry, but no deal.
We'll bring the submarines in just in case they have any naval units as well. Our side is now stronger overall. Guess we got wooden ships versus submarines. Torpedo away! Ironclad to the bottom. We did have some of our guys detected, so they're getting shelled and shot, and all things that come with that, but, and take the fight to the enemy. Okay, the fleet contingent here in this battle has fallen. Our agents are within the walls. See if we can run the rest of the garrison down in the next turn. Sewage treatment plant doesn't sound like a bad idea. To build where we can. New wonder can be claimed. We'll pick up the Pentagon. And we've burnt the location down. Claim the territory. Unchained reaction. A recent construction of a nuclear power plant in the city of Karma has brought a great deal of pride to the local population. However, a senior engineer of the project has turned whistleblower and insists the plant has serious faults and must be shut down while thorough repairs are undertaken. Other engineers rubbish their claims as attention-seeking nonsense. How will you handle this charge? We can move towards economic. We can towards collectivism. We will shut down the plant and investigate a thorough review, or we disregard and have potential for bad stuff to happen. We'll pay. So back to the battle here. We don't actually know where the remainder of the enemy is. There, somewhere. We've got like couple units fighting. There we go. Make sure there's none hiding up there. Appear to be any. I think that's the last unit. No, it isn't. No, we got a boat over here. Now that's the last unit. 3 gunners, 2 capital ships, 8 boarding vessels, 3 heavy weapons, and 1 melee destroyed for the fight in that last battle for the siege of Lorenzo. Lorenzo has fallen. Is there any text in the last couple levels here that provide us with city control limit? I think the answer is probably no. Oh, suburbs. Nope, that's plastics. It shares the same emblem, which is confusing. That's Army Hospital, which is unit size. I think the answer is no. I think I'm at my... well, it's technically a soft limit, but we're at the soft limit. I think we picked up Absorb Cities at some point. I was smart enough to go back and get that. We'd skipped it. No, we haven't picked that up yet. Okay, rocket science, mechanized harvesters, renewable, okay. So, Alt. Put something at the front of the queue, hopefully. Yes, Alt put something in the front of the queue. There we go. They didn't want to change the order. I wanted to intentionally put something at the front of the queue because we want to absorb cities so that when we end this war, we can merge a couple of our cities. Oh, we might even do that before the war ends. We got a 1 territory city here and a 1 territory city here. It might be worth merging those two, at least.
Stay in formation. Let's go.
Forgot my stealth unit can actually enter the city by accident. Go lay siege to the city. They insist on having the battle start. Okay. Okay, before we start doing that siege battle, we're already up over an hour again. I think we're going to take the rest of the stream here to probably finish out this run. We're catching up. We're only 800. Probably need to get above them, so let's say 900 more fame away from winning. That is one reason we are still trying to take stuff from them. If we can pick up the expansionist stars, that's going to get us real close. And the science stars won't help. Or will also help. But yeah, we basically want to get really close to killing them without actually, you know, killing them. If you're watching on... Well, until we have more fame than them, at least. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, like Team RMB is doing, there will be more of the stream, but it is the middle of the stream. It is time to go get a new cup of tea. It is tea break time. So until the next stream or next bit of the stream and or the next part, if you're watching on YouTube, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.